Hi everyone, it's Celeste Kelly with iShine. I'm so happy that you could join us for video number 4. This is the last video in our authentic communication video series. And if you didn't catch video 1, 2, and 3, I invite you to go back and take a look at those, as each video contains key pieces of information to help you have better conversations with your child. So I wanted to start off by sharing just a little bit more about why authentic communication is so near and dear to my heart. And for me, one of the reasons that I want to share information about this is because I have experienced firsthand how powerful this form of communication is and how much it can help you and your child, especially when you're going through a rough time. Over the years, I have walked through many challenges with my daughter. We moved multiple times in a short amount of time. We had traumatic and unexpected deaths in our family. My daughter had a few different learning challenges that popped up, and there were several other things that happened that were not easy. But by walking through these challenges and using authentic communication, my daughter has really been able to develop resilience, and she has a strong sense of herself, as well as the fact that she's able to have empathy for other people. She's an awesome kid. I'm just gonna say it. Like, I'm sure your kids are awesome. So I want them to have this. I want them to have these skills so that they can use them and enjoy them, and when or if things do get tough, that they've got this, that they've got these skills that they can use to help make life a little bit easier for them and for you. So today I'm going to talk about how you as a mom can teach your children to consciously navigate conversations when the two of you don't agree. This happens, right, between parents and children. Sometimes we don't agree and sometimes we argue. And so being able to navigate conversations when that's happening is really it's an important skill to have. And it's one that your children can take with you for a lifetime. So let's dive in. I love to say that. This is the last video, so I'm going to say it again. Let's dive in. Okay. Tip number 1. So the tip number 1 that I have for you is to let your child know that it's absolutely normal and healthy for people to have different opinions and different needs. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having different opinions. And in fact, this is one of the things that makes the world so spicy and interesting and varied, right? This is by people having different opinions and different perspectives. This is how we learn and how we grow, okay? And so it's actually a good thing. Like, each person has things, and each child have different things that they like and dislike. They have different needs. They have different ways of looking at things and doing things, and they have different gifts. We're all unique expressions. So let your child know that you honor her opinion and that you honor and value her voice. Okay? And then once your child has an understanding of this, that it's healthy and it's normal for people to have different opinions and different needs, then we move on to tip number 2. And tip number 2 is for you to teach your child how to approach conversations with curiosity, a sense of curiosity and compassion, rather than with judgment. And this is a big one. This is a big one for adults too, right? Because so oftentimes people can enter conversations only looking at things from their perspective, right? Television, choo! They have a need to prove their point. They have a need to be right. We want to teach our children how to approach conversations with curiosity, okay, with being able to stand in their own power and their own truth, but while at the same time being able to listen to different perspectives and take those in, okay, and not have to shame and blame the other person if they don't agree with them, not have to judge that person if their thoughts or beliefs are different, okay? But really just be able to hold their own opinions, and be able to listen to somebody else's opinions without having to make them wrong. And this is really important, because what it does is, by being able to do this, it allows your child to approach conversations with awareness, and at the same time, it gives them the ability to be able to put on the other person's shoes for a minute, okay, and kind of maybe see the challenge or the problem or the issue from another angle. It widens their view, okay? And that is such a huge gift, because it can allow us to then move into tip number 3, which is that when you and your child don't agree, if it's appropriate, ask your child if they're open to finding solutions that can work for both of you. Okay? So this is an action step. If you and your child disagree, if you have different opinions, ask your child, and you have different needs, ask your child if she'd be willing, if she's open to coming up with some creative solutions, to find some common ground, okay, to see if there's a workable solution that will work for both of you. Now, sometimes it's not just about you and your child. There may be other children's needs involved, or there may be a spouse or a parent's needs or opinions that are involved as well. Okay, so by your child being able to be open to different perspectives and hear different needs and things like that, that lets them still, again, they're holding their own truth, but they're being open and hearing and seeing these different things. It's allowing them to sort of be able to come in the middle and be open to coming up with some creative solutions, with different ways of approaching the problem without shaming and blaming, but rather it's being proactive. It's saying, okay, well, we're not agreeing on this. What can we do? What compromise can we come to? Or how can we work this out so that you're okay and I'm okay? Right? Do you see that? And it's very empowering. It's very empowering for your child, and it's very empowering for you. And it really sets up the pathway for peace when we can do this, when we can be in our own truth and listen to others, and then find a way to embrace some workable solutions for everybody. Okay, that opens the way. That opens the way for peace, for more harmony, for more understanding. So it's really beautiful, and it really works. It's amazing. The more you practice it, the more you will find that your kids and that you are more open to listening and hearing and kind of co-creating together. It can be a lot of fun. So the other thing I just want to throw out there, and I want to recognize, is that sometimes there are some matters that are not negotiable. And there are some instances where this will happen. For example, if something comes up and you and your child disagree about it, and it's something that might put your child's health at risk, or might put her in danger, or maybe there just isn't time to discuss it with your child and break it down and come up with solutions. Maybe you're under a deadline, or you're walking out the door. There are times that you're just going to have to make the decision. You're the parent. And it may be a tough decision, but that's just part of parenting, right? You got to make the tough call. You have to make the decision. And children learn that this is, that this just happens sometimes, okay? It's not always easy for them. But what I've found is that, in general, if your child knows that, as a rule, you take their needs and their opinions into consideration, and that you really, truly do have a desire to come up with creative solutions and workable situations where as many needs are met as possible. That if that's your trajectory, like you want everybody to be in their joy and you're really hearing them and valuing them, that when you do make decisions that they don't agree with, it's a little bit easier for them. Even if they don't understand, it can be just a little bit easier because they know that in your heart of hearts, you do value their opinion and you do take it into consideration as much as you can. Okay, it makes it easier for them because they know that they're valued. And we want to be valued too, right? We want our children to do this with us, to reflect this back. We want our children to honor and value our opinions and our needs. And when you have that mutual respect, then it lays the groundwork. When you have that mutual respect, it lays the groundwork for you to come together and collaborate and be willing to, wiggle around a little bit and think about things in a different way and, and help each other and come up with workable solutions. So it's really very fulfilling when you embrace this and you and your child or your children, your family members can start walking this path. It's a great feeling, truly. And there's a lot less drama. You don't have to be a drama mama, right? A lot less drama. It's much more peaceful and a lot more fun. I'm not always saying it's easy. It's not always easy, but it's easier for sure. It's one way that you can help prepare your child for what's to come. It took me a while to get to that thought. I wasn't quite sure how to put that into words, but it is helping them prepare for life, because they're going to be up against different challenges and different people and different opinions and different situations, and it is really helping them lay a healthy foundation for self-esteem, for speaking their truth, for being aware of what's going on around them, for cultivating compassion for other people, and for being able to be with all of that and also hold space with that, and then help come up with ways to create peace and to create solutions. Okay, and to be happy and to help others be happy. So it's really amazing. If I do say so myself. Okay, so how about we review our 3 tips for today? So first, you're going to start off by teaching your children that it's healthy and normal for people to have different opinions. And then second, you're going to teach your child how to approach conversations with curiosity and to be open to different perspectives. And then you want to teach your children to be open to collaborating, right? To coming up with workable solutions. And this absolutely will help develop social and emotional intelligence in your child. And in fact, everything that we've covered in these videos will really cultivate and deepen the social emotional intelligence in your child. Okay, so I have given you lots of information in all of these videos, and I thought it might be helpful to, since it's so much to take in, just kind of strip it down to bare bones. Like, okay, I've watched all these videos. If I'm walking away and I just want to start practicing having authentic conversations with my child, what are the basic steps? So here we go. Okay. First, be present. Do your best to be present with your child in conversations, okay? And then next, you want to really listen to your child and listen with your whole body. Use all your senses if you can. As a parent, you want to be in touch with your feelings and your needs and express those to your child. And you also want your child to do the same. Encourage them to express their feelings and their needs. And then you want to honor and value each other's opinions. And you want to be open to different perspectives, you and your child, and to teach them how to come up with creative solutions. Okay, how to come up with workable solutions for both you and your child, and for others who might be involved in a situation. And that's it. Except one other thing, really important that I wanted to add, and that is to keep connecting from your heart, right? When it's keep communicating from your heart center with love. You're a divine being and your child is a divine being. Keep coming back to that, no matter how tough it gets, okay? Just do your best to communicate with truth, with compassion, and with love. And if it's hard for you to do that, then I'm here for you, okay? I can help you with that. So, once you start practicing this form of communication, it will absolutely shift your relationship with your child. You'll have more positive experiences and absolutely can have more peace and harmony in your relationship. And again, I know this because I've lived it. My daughter is very strong-willed, and we used to argue and butt heads a lot in the past, and we just, that just doesn't happen nearly as much anymore because we use authentic communication, and it really is a joy. Okay, really is a joy. And I want that for you. I want that for you and your children. So if these videos have resonated with you and you're ready to take the next step, then the next step would be to do some coaching with me, and we have a link for that below. I am ready to help you make some big shifts in your relationships with your children and upgrade your communications. So we can say that we want to change, and we can meditate about it, and we can do affirmations, and we can put it out there that we want to change. The truth is, it also takes action steps to create change. Okay, so I'm giving you the action step. Okay, if you're excited to take a step, to take action and upgrade your relationship with your child or your children, then click the link below. We've put together a special coaching offer for you, and I think it's still good for a couple of days. So it's still active. You've got a few days to jump on board and say yes. And I encourage you and invite you to do it right now while it's top of mind, while you're thinking about it. And I'm excited to get started with you. I'm excited to hear from you. So we've made it really easy for you, and I look forward to getting together. Okay, and making some change. Let's be the change. Let's be the change in the world, all you conscious moms. I know you can do it. Okay, so it's time to wrap up this video. I sure have had fun doing these videos with you in our Authentic Communication video series. And I know that if you're here, you're already a conscious parent and you're doing the work. So thank you for that. Thank you for investing your time and energy in yourself and in your child. It's really powerful work. And I really honor you for that. So I'm going to sign off. It's been great. I'm wishing you healthy and happy relationships with your children, and I am sending you so much joy and so much love and a whole lot of gratitude. Okay, take care, everybody.